All right. Good morning, everybody. This critter right here, this is a really cool looking plant. This is a Royal Paulownia. Royal Paulownia is non-native, and these things can be terribly invasive. Royal Paulownia is native to China. It's been planted all over. Royal Paulownia got its name after Tsarina Pavlovna. She took a fancy to it. I guess she was out riding around on the train, saw it, decided that's beautiful, need to bring that back to Moscow. And from there it spread into Europe, and it's been brought here and planted as an ornamental tree. The reason that most people think it's beautiful is because in the springtime, this is right before the leaves come out, these things have upright clusters of lilac flowers that are the clusters are about that big. They're bell-shaped. They're really, really pretty, covering the entire tree. Of course, really pretty and covering the entire tree. Those things turn into seed capsules. The seed capsules split open when they're ripe, and they release, I don't even know, hundreds of seeds in each capsule. So flowers covering the entire tree. Each flower turns into a capsule that contains hundreds of seeds. Those numbers blow up in a hurry. That's seeds spreading all over the landscape. This thing is also really tough. These things can live on very, very little soil. They're really tough plants. So tough and a lot of seeds translates to something that could be a problem. Right? These things have seeded into our landscape. They are quite invasive, and they are throughout the eastern United States. Here in Virginia, if you've ever ridden down Afton Mountain on Route 64, in the springtime, look for these on those rocky hillsides coming down 64. Royal Paulownia is super easy to identify. It is oppositely arranged. The leaves, when they're slower growing, they'll be heart-shaped and about that big. This one here, this is from a stump sprout. This was killed by the power line crew, and it re-sprouted. And when these things re-sprout, they can grow 15, 20 feet in a year, and they produce, when they're super vigorous, they can produce leaves that are this big. That was what, 2 feet? Foot and a half? Really, really big leaves. So clearly opposite, giant leaves, purple flowers in the spring that turn into seed capsules. If that's not enough, if we look closer at these twigs, this is actually still a twig. This is 1 year's growth. They have a round, a circular leaf scar, and if we cut this down, inside it's hollow. So in addition to being an important ornamental tree, or it used to be, you can still buy them, it's still planted as an ornamental. This thing in the 90s, like a lot of the 90s extension literature recommended planting Paulownia plantations. Paulownia has value as a timber tree. The wood is very, very light. It's brown, it's easy to work, and especially in Japanese markets, it's used for cabinetry and ornamental boxes. So back in the 90s, this was the get-rich tree. This is what everybody was planting to get rich. Unfortunately, when they grow fast, which they do here in the eastern United States, they have almost no value. Everybody wants big, old, very, very slow growing, like 10 rings per inch Royal Paulownia. This thing right here has 1 ring per inch, maybe. Growing way too fast.